Hi, hello, welcome to BEL English. This is an opening with a Canadian company, Leslie Ledger and Sons. This company is predominantly into seafood production, and this company is looking for someone as a worker who can support their operations. So it's a worker job, normal labor job, where you have to work in the fish plant as a fish plant worker. So before we get into the details of this particular job opening, if you are new to the channel, if you're a new viewer, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button next to it so that you'll receive regular video updates on new job postings. Yes, this is a company, Leslie Ledger and Sons Limited, is a fish plant company which produces and works predominantly on the seafood, and this opening is for fish plant worker, and the company is looking for someone who it's okay with whoever, even if the candidate is not having an experience, even if the candidate is not having any educational qualification, it is still okay with offering this particular opportunity, as they are in a position to provide a full-time training. So the job position actually offers you $14 per hour, and the expectation is 30 to 40 hours of work per week. So you are expected to work 30 to 40 hours per week, and you will be paid with the remuneration of $14 per hour. The terms of employment is permanent job. As you know, it's a permanent job where you will be given with other benefits which are applicable for the permanent employment as per Canadian labor law. So the type is full-time. It's a full-time job where you have to work between day, evening, night, weekend shifts, and overtime at times, on-call, flexible hours, early morning and morning. So this will be somewhat like a mix of timings. As you can see, it's the seafood industry, where seafood industry, it has a lot of things to do from right from the catch till it reaches the customer end. You'll have a lot of process involved in the seafood industry and seafood packing and processing, so on which your work would be predominantly from day, evening, night. Besides that, during the weekend there will be some shift, and on demand requests, sometimes of on call basis, you might be obliged to work for with some flexibility in your working hours. And of course the employer would compensate you accordingly, as you are paid hourly basis. For every hour you will be paid $14. So that's entirely based on the number of hours you actually work for. And the start date is as soon as possible, as the employer is looking for people to join him immediately. And the work timing is between 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the evening. It's from 7 a.m. in the morning. So that's why he has mentioned the timing as between day, evening, night, weekend, and overtime, on-call, flexible hours, early morning and morning. So that is how it operates. As you people know, most of these seafood industries function early in the morning and first half of the day, and almost it gets wind up here in the domestic market. And being in abroad, it's applicable everywhere. It's like food industry and perishable goods, wherein things would have to be winded up early as soon as possible. Only then that will be as fresh as how the end customer expects. So the benefit, you'll be given with bonus and then piece of work. So so you'll be given with bonus as per your commitment and your extension. And if you travel that extra mile, obviously the employer is open to provide you extra bonuses and perks in the work. So vacancies, currently he has about 100 vacancies. So he is looking for someone, almost like a bunch of people to join him right away. And this employer has approved in the labor market impact assessment. So he is open to hire foreign employees and permanent residents and Canadian citizens. So since it's open for foreign employees, anyone can actually apply for this particular position. So whoever is whoever eligible to work in Canada, whoever has a temporary permit can also apply for this. So you can try and see your eligibility for this particular job postings. Job requirement goes this way: He is looking for someone who knows English or French. Anything is fine for him. And the education qualification is, no education qualification is actually required. That's how we have to put it here. So it's like no degree, certificate or diploma. He is not looking for any education qualification. All he wants is someone who can work for this particular job, who could understand his expectation and his training and follow it regularly as per the expectations. So experience, he is not looking for any experience. The employer can train the resource, and the equipments and machineries you will be handling is a row processing machine, fish cleaning, cutting machine, fish smoker and dehydrator. So these are the machines which you will be handling, and the employer would definitely give you training on those machineries, and that wouldn't be so hard to handle as well, because it's all like fish cleaning machineries and fish handling machineries, predominantly the seafood handling machineries, which should be of minimal scale of work culture. So, and the work site environment would be wet, damp, noisy, odor, dusty, hot, cold, refrigerated. So as you know, it's a fresh market kind of thing, where you'll have fresh producers from the sea would be brought in. So it's all like seafood, fish, and obviously that will be wet and damp and noisy, of course. When there are machineries and hundreds of people working all together, definitely that will be noisy and odor. Of course, it's a seafood. And dusty, hot, cold, refrigerated, because of its requirement. This is the environment is being maintained in such a way. So transportation, you have to look into your own transportation. The employer would not provide any transportation. The working condition and physical capabilities are repetitive tasks. That will be a monotonous task, and that will be repeated on a daily basis. So it will be more or less the redundant for you. And physically demanding, you'll be physically available. You should be physically able to do certain amount of effort which requires your physical effort, manual dexterity and attention to details, hand eye coordination. These are quite similar aspect which people look for any labor job, where you will be attaining to the details and the requirements which the employer asks you to do, and you have to have that coordination properly between your eye and hand, and standing for an extended period, of course, because it's like cleaning and processing. Things has to be done from on the table, so definitely you might be standing for a longer duration, bending, crouching, kneeling, overtime required. And personal suitability is effective interpersonal skill. You should possess effective interpersonal skill, flexibility, team player and reliability. You should be a reliable resource, where you have to have a good team playing ability. You should mingle with the team, and you have to maneuver with the overall resources available there. You should have effective interpersonal skill and flexibility in the work. So efficiency, plant cutters and cleaners specific skill which the employer looks for is cutting, clean and trim the fish. You have to cut, clean and trim the fish or seafood prior to the marketing or further processing. So obviously, you know, every seafood would go for processing or to the market without which actually goes to certain process before it reaches the market in a way, or it reaches the actual processing. So you'll be in that actual pre-process, where you will be cutting them, cleaning them and trimming the fish or seafood before it reaches the market, or it actually goes for further processing. That is the actual requirements here. And fish and seafood plant machine operating skill specifically is set up and operate machine to clean. Okay, so you should be in a position to set up a machine and operate it in clean and cut, cook, smoke, brin, dehydrate or otherwise process fish or sea products. So you should be in a position to clean them, cut them, use them, cook them, smoke them, brin them, and then dehydrate or otherwise process the fish or seafood. So you should be in a position to process them through those machineries. Although it will be trained to you at the initial stages, you have to develop that skill to do it by yourself with an independent as an independent employee. You'd be obliged to do that at a certain point of time. And the employment group health, this employer promotes the equal employment opportunity for all the job applicants, so including those members from apprentices, indigenous people, person with disabilities, newcomers to Canada, senior students, veterans, and visible minorities, youth. Everyone is treated equal by this employer. How to apply? Either you can send in an email, write an email with a proper cover letter and resume to the mentioned email address. I have given the detailed email address on the below description box through a reference website. You can access it, or you can send in as a fax message. Which could be sent through a specified number which I have given again on the description link. So you can access the link and get to know the fax number, or you can visit the employer in person. So you can visit in person between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the mentioned mailing address. These email, fax and the direct mailing address I have mentioned on the below description box through a website reference link. Please access the link and get to know the email address, fax number, as well as the employer's postal address. So either ways you can apply. You can either write an email with proper cover letter and all your details with the email, put it in a professional way to the employer. That is one way. And the second way is you can send those documents through fax to him, to that mentioned number. Or if you are in Canada presently, you can directly, if you are okay with visiting him directly, you can directly walk into him and meet him between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the mentioned postal address. So he'll be available for you and you'll go through that interview process. So if you have any questions or queries on this about this particular job posting, do feel free to let me know in the comment section. I'll be pleased to assist you on that. So if you like this video, do not forget to give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Definitely it will be helpful for them on this particular period. Most of these people who are residing there would have lost the job by this time due to the ongoing pandemic and further situations. This will be of greater help for them. So share it with your friends. Definitely support the channel, subscribe to the channel and click the bell button next to it so that you'll receive regular video updates on a daily basis. We'll see you soon with another job posting. Till then, take care guys. Bye-bye.